Welcome to the Cultivating Calmness Podcast. I'm 𝗘𝗍𝗶𝘀𝗀, and today I'm just going to provide a little update and talk about some of the events that we have coming up through my business, as well as 𝗘𝗍𝗊𝘁𝗀, the Central Ohio Counseling Association, some of their events coming up. We would love to see you at any or all of them, and some of the exciting news that we have just put on the internet. So thank you for joining me today. As I said, we are going to just want to provide a little update, some of the things that we have going on. I have been, as far as part of my business, one of the things that I wanted to do when I got started, aside from seeing clients and working with people, was to kind of connect and build community is for counselors and mental health professionals. I know, I worked in a hospital setting, in an inpatient setting, and then I worked for a hospital in an outpatient setting, and now I'm private practice. And even though, working in an outpatient setting, and I had, we had like an area with multiple hallways. We had about, 14, 15 or so clinicians. We each had our own offices. But unless we were having a team meeting or unless we were all on a break at the same time, we were all in our offices seeing clients back to back all day long. And so sometimes you just needed to talk to somebody. Sometimes you just wanted to, be face to face. And that's hard to do in private practice. So, a lot of us are in private practice that I see that come to my events, but you don't have to be in private practice to come. It could be for any mental health clinician, especially because now we're able to offer CEUs. So we all need those. And in the state of Ohio, the CSW-MFT board has approved our CEUs through Michelle Rizzer and her company, Strong Blossom Incorporated. That's who approves our CEUs for the state of Ohio. So anybody can come who needs CEUs as far as mental health clinicians. And that's awesome. I hope that can bring more people to our events. But I have been doing this for about coming up on year 4. And the first 2 years was just to connect people. So people would come to hear a presentation, learn some new information, have some lunch, and to meet other clinicians and have some networking. And we still do all of those things, but bonus, now you get CEUs for coming if you want them. And I think that is a great way to bring people together and connect with other clinicians, because when we're in our offices, seeing clients, doing the day-to-day, we're not really connecting with our counterparts, even if we're in the same space, even if we're in the same hallway. Our doors are closed unless, we have the intention of leaving them open when we're not, busy or seeing clients. So that can be a pretty isolating experience. So I wanted to be able to provide this as a service for other clinicians and bring people together. And so I'm excited to have the next several months already lined up. I have clinicians lined up through June of 2026. And so I'm looking to fill the other slots for the rest of the year. I do also have October filled for next year. And, it's a pretty exciting presentation. And so if you are interested at all in presenting at one of my luncheons, we're looking for an hour to an hour and a half CEU on any kind of subject related to mental health. So I have had other practitioners present at my luncheons that are not specifically mental health, but what they're talking about relates to mental health. And those two can be approved for CEUs if they meet the right criteria. So I am looking for anybody, and I will go ahead and tell you what some of the things are that we have coming up. Here in November, we have 𝗔𝗫𝗃𝗫𝗀𝗃. She's going to be presenting on EMDR. Why are we going with that? And I of course, do not write down the specific dates, but you can go on my website to 𝗘𝗍𝗺𝗀𝗃.com/events, and you can see our in-person events as well as other events that are going on, and you can register for those. But I will tell you that all of our luncheons are on the third Thursday of every month. to make it easy. And there will only be one difference, and that's next year in July. It will be on the fourth Thursday because of a conflict that's already here in the building, has already been scheduled for over a year. So we can't really avoid that. So we just bumped it by a week. So third Thursday of every month are our luncheons. And then you just need to see if the topic interests you and if that is something that you would like to attend. So November, we have 𝗓𝗏𝗃𝗀𝘁𝗃 talking on EMDR. And in December, we will have 𝗓𝗊𝗵𝗋 talking about perinatal loss and how we make space for moms when they're not okay. In January, I will be presenting. I've been doing this for 4 years, almost 4 years, and I have never actually presented. So I am finally going to be presenting, and I'm going to be presenting on how you can expand your clinical practice by implementing or utilizing functional mental health principles for deeper client healing. So that's going to be in January. In February, we're going to have 𝗓𝗨𝗎𝗍𝗔 talking on shame. In March, we're going to have 𝗕𝗽𝗶𝘃𝗁𝗁 speaking on countertransference. In April, we're going to have 𝗕𝗽𝗶𝘀𝗁𝗁 speaking on Christian counseling and through a narrative lens. And in May, we're going to have Elizabeth Reed talking about let's talk about sex and intimacy conversations. And finally, in June, we're going to have 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝗀𝗃𝗁 talking about the dopamine dilemma. So if any of those sound interesting to you, the titles may shift or change a little bit. Some of those things are still in the works, but most of those are up on my website. You can register for them today, and you can get some of those CEUs that you need for your license. So happy to have all of those presenters speaking on various topics and would love to have more. So if that interests you, please reach out to me, send me an email, reach out to me through my website, and we can talk about getting you in for a presentation. And then you can add that to your resume. That's another thing that you can have as something you have done. Maybe you've never presented before. I have had people who have presented for their first time, so it is a great experience for you. And finally, something new that we have been working on in the background, and we have had numerous people ask about it, and we are finally able to do it, is we are now going to be offering online CEUs for all of or most of the presentations that we have had in person. So especially for all the ones that are coming up, that will be part of something that we discuss. If every person agrees to do it, we have been reaching out to and connecting with all of our previous presenters to see if we can get to those up as an online course. So if you missed one, you were wanting to come in, but your schedule wouldn't allow you to, we now have several CEU courses up online that you can view, and you can pay a small fee for those, and you can get the CEU and enjoy those. So right now we just have 4 up on our website. We have Lisa Bushman talking about exploring sound therapy and how that relates to mental health. We have Michelle Ritzer and how you can support clients in 12-step recovery. 𝗕𝗽𝗶𝘃𝗁𝗁 and her presentation on working with survivors of narcissists, and Aaron Engel and his eclectic relationship therapy CEU. Those are all up on my website under the events tab, and you can purchase those today, and you can see what you missed in person and all of the future ones coming up. We hope to be able to have those online after the fact. They will not be live and in person at the same time, but you will be able to get those after the fact if you want. You should be able to have access to those. So that is something exciting we've been kind of doing in the background. We're excited to be able to have those for you and hope that you can enjoy them and take part of them if that interests you. And again, if you ever want to present, or you ever want to you talk about presenting, or if you'd like to just get coffee and meet with me and chat, I would love to meet you and talk and see, what we can do together. We are always exploring other ways to engage clinicians and to potentially host other events. So if you have something in mind, we'd love to hear from you. And I am also the president of COCA, the Central Ohio Counseling Association, which is a branch or chapter of the Ohio Counseling Association for the large Central Ohio area. And we host multiple events throughout the year. And so we do have some events coming up I want to share with you. Here coming up next week, actually, we have our what we call a clinician connection. It's more of a social event. We have that going on November 14th in the evening at Yellow Springs Brewery. And that's from 6 to 8 p.m. or 6 till, when people leave. And that's just a time for clinicians to get together. You don't have to be a member of COCA, though we'd love for you to be a member. Any members of COCA or OCA are welcome to attend, other clinicians as well. And it's just a time for us to get together, hang out, meet. We don't have to talk about counselor-y things. It's really just a fun time to hang out. We're not doing anything super professional or anything like that. But it is a time to engage with other clinicians in a non-professional environment. So if that sounds interesting to you, we would love to have you at Yellow Springs on November 14th at 6 o'clock. And we'll have some drinks and we'll order some food for you. And it's just a good time. So I'd love to see you there if you can make it. And then our next event after that is going to be on December 6th. And that's our coffee and consultation. And that's actually going to be hosted at Ketamine Health and Wellness at 9 a.m. So it's a Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10:30. And this is a consultation. So this is for clinicians, not for non-clinicians, like the social event. Social event, bring your partner, bring your friends if you want. It's really just a good social get-together. Coffee and consultation is where we want you to bring cases. If you have cases that you would like to discuss or get some feedback on, come to that session prepared to talk about it and get to know Ketamine Health and Wellness, what they do, what they provide. So you have that as a potential referral source for any clients that you may have or that may need those services. So that is, we host those on a bi-monthly basis. So we have one in December. Our next one will be in February. We have tossed around the idea potentially of doing that every month, but that is not something that we have changed or are changing as of yet, but it is something we're open to. If you have any ideas for things that you would like to see COCA do, we are open to hearing those things. We would love to see what we can do for you. And then coming in March, I believe the date is the 20th, we will have our student night where we will be have lots of vendors potentially having open positions and jobs for students who are on the verge of graduating and learning new things. So it's our new professionals kind of student night, and we would love to have you there. So keep that date in mind, March 20th, and we will have more information put out once we have more lined up for that, but that is our date. And if you are a new professional or a student, keep that in mind, and we would love to have you there, see you there, and to join the OCA and COCA. I think that's all the events and all the things that I have coming up. But if I forgot something, I'm sure you'll hear about it later from me. And otherwise, thank you for joining me today, and would love to see you at some of our events. Please introduce yourself. I would love to meet you, and have a good rest of your week.